Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. This video is a video I'm excited about today because I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been probably 2 to 3 months since I've actually filmed a bigger and better challenge video. Now you may be asking yourself, what is bigger and better challenge? Well, it's just something that I created a few months ago based on the game Bigger and Better. And this is the 4th video in an ongoing series that will continue on into the unforeseeable future. If you haven't seen a video like this from me, since this is the 4th, make sure you go back into the past and watch videos 1 through 3 so that you can be up to speed on what is going on and the different things that I've purchased and flipped up to this point. I will give you just a quick synopsis. I'm basically taking 85 cents that I found in the park and I'm flipping it to larger and larger amounts so that hopefully with each round I'm getting bigger and better items until I can flip my way up into, let's say, hundreds and thousands of dollars. That's the goal. We'll see how far it goes. I don't really have an ending in mind on this. I'm just going until I guess just can't go anymore. Let me do a quick recap for those of you that have been following along. I'll go through the 3 rounds prior to this one because I won't spend a lot of time on it, but I'll just talk about how much I had to go spend, what I got, and what it sold for. I'll tell you the profit that I had to go buy the next item. We'll start off with number 1. This whole game started off with this item right here. It was a Star Wars mug that I purchased for $1. So this whole game started on $1. Purchased a Star Wars mug at a thrift store. Within a month of listing it, it sold for a best offer of $15. So then I took my original dollar investment, I took the profit that I made, which was $3 and change, and so I had $4 and change to go buy the next item. And with that money, I purchased a Tommy Bahama embroidered Hawaiian shirt. Had a really cool pattern on the back. So I paid a few bucks for this, and I listed it on eBay, and it sold for a best offer of $30. So I'm slowly working my way up. I then had $22.30 to go spend on the next item. In round 3, I purchased the Ariat cowboy boots. I had $22.37 to spend, and I found them for $15.91. So I picked those up, listed them, and these actually took a while to sell. They actually just sold last week for $76.32. 15 for the mug, 30 for the shirt, and now $76.32 for the boots. Now I'm not as concerned about my sales price getting larger because you could sell something for $1,000 and only make $5 profit. What I'm really concerned with is my profit growing. The amount that I have to go buy the next item should be getting larger. So now that I've sold the cowboy boots, let me break down all of the numbers that were associated as far as fees and things like that so that we know how much profit I had to go buy this next item. And a little teaser at the end of this video, I will show you exactly the next item that I have. It's right down here. And I'll explain how much I think I can get for it. And then I'll list it on eBay. All right, so now diving into the numbers a little bit. Those Ariat Western boots, they were women's, sold for $76.32. In order to find profit, we need to subtract our cost of goods, which was $15.91. Then I had a eBay fees, which you've got to, count eBay fees, selling fees. I've got 2 eBay fees. I've got a final value fee of $7.90. And then these also sold as a promoted listing. So the promoted listing fee was $2.67. The only other fee that I have associated with these boots is shipping. And because they fit in a larger box and they were heavier, they cost $15.91 to ship out. So when you add up all those fees and subtract it from the $76.32, I get a total profit of $34.26. Not bad, eh? $34.26 on a pair of boots that I paid $16 for. So now I have profit plus my initial investment I need to recover back. So I'm going to add those two together. And I know that sounds confusing. Basically what I'm doing is taking the money that I had to start off with, $22.37. I'm adding that back because I recovered that money with the sale. And then I'm going to add the profit. And when I combine those two together, I then have the amount that I can go buy the next item with. So do you want to know what that total amount is? Total amount that I have is $56.63. So I started off with $1 in round 1 and now I'm at $56.63. So in 4 rounds, I've gone up pretty quickly. It's exciting to see where this is going to go in the future. Now, before I go into the specifics of this next item that I'm going to be listing for the next round, I have to tell you about a mistake that I made. Before I went and purchased this item, I was going off of pretty much the profit that I thought I made rather than adding back my original investment to get the total amount of money that I had. So instead of thinking that I had $56.63, I really thought that I only had $40 to spend. So the reason why I spent less is because I simply thought I had less. For this next round, I'll make sure that I add back the correct amount in so that I have the actual amount of money to go spend that I actually have. So do you want to see what this item is? I've got the video footage for you to show you exactly what item I found in the thrift store. Hey guys, I'm here at a thrift store, and this one doesn't get great service, and so I was here earlier and I can't look things up in the store just because there's no service whatsoever. So I saw a couple of items that I was interested in. They were higher priced, and I left, and once I left I started to look those up because I knew I'd be coming by this store on the way home. I looked it up, and one of those items is worth picking up. I'm gonna go back in, see if they're there. I did some research on comps, and looks like I can return some good money on these. Hopefully these are still there, and I'll go get them and show you once I have them what I got. All right, I'm back. I did go in. Oh, sorry, I did a little cleaning there. I did purchase the boots. There's my receipt. They're actually, see if you can see that, $29.98. Let me show you what I have here. There's the Harley Davidson emblem on the side. These are men's motorcycle boots. They have a steel toe. I was very hesitant with these just because of the size. They're men's 8.5, which is on the small end, but like I said, when I did some comps, some comp research, I found several pairs that had sold for really good money. Let me just get home, take a look at the comps again, and see if I can find this exact boot. I think they were, I saw on the low end of like $75 to $80, and on the high end, there was $120, $130, $140, somewhere in there. So seems like $100 is a good price point for these boots for this next round. They do have a little bit of wear on the bottom there, but you know, if you're someone who's gonna buy motorcycle boots, you're okay with a little bit of scuffs or a little bit of wear. In general, these things, I mean, I'll show you again, but in general, you know, light scuffs, but for the most part, they're pretty good. All right, so you've seen what I've purchased, and it is these Harley Davidson boots. Now, Harley Davidson is a great brand. If you haven't sold them before, the stuff sells really well, from shirts to pants to fleece jackets, leather vests. Pretty much anything you can find Harley is great, as long as you're finding larger sizes. Obviously, small sizes sell, but it's just like I always say, they sell a lot slower and for less money. These were definitely an exception because they were a smaller size, and I kind of touched on that in the video, as far as these being a men's 8.5. Usually that range is 9 to 12, somewhere in there. Now, I did look up comps while I was driving around yesterday going to thrift stores, and I did see several comps, and I alluded to that in the video, that these boots would go for roughly like $80 to $140. But when I got home, I was a little disappointed in kind of the comps that I was finding once I started drilling down into more of the specifics of what these boots are. So I'm going to show you what I'm looking at as far as the comps that I'm seeing for something that looks more like this. And I do have some other bummer news. My second mistake in this game for this round. When I got home, these were kind of creased, which I wasn't worried about. When I looked more carefully at them, I'll see if you can see that right there. I don't know if it's zoomed in or not, but some of this leather is kind of cracked right here. It's not a huge deal, but it will bring the value down some. So the fact that these are a smaller size men's and that they have a little bit of wear right here on the boot is kind of a little disheartening, but you know, when that stuff happens, you list it, you try and get your money back quickly, and you move on. Let me show you the comps now, because they're not as high as I thought they would be. If I'm trying to get bigger and better items in this challenge, this may be a step back. So yeah, let's take a look now. I did search comps for the specific serial number to see if I could find what these boots are called, and I simply couldn't find it. So as you can see, I'm doing a comp search for Harley Davidson boots steel toe. I didn't refine it by any other details other than that. And as you can see, for boots that look like this, that aren't like the taller shaft boots, very similar to this in style, you can see that there's some that range from $20, $30 to, I think the highest that I've seen was probably $75. There are a handful of items that sold between that $50 to $75 range. For boots that I paid $30 for, I don't think I'll have a hard time getting at least my money back at the very minimum, but making a small profit. A little disheartening that some of the comps that I'm looking at aren't what I thought they were going to be, but you know what, that happens. And when this happens, you just list it, you get it up, and you try and sell it for what you can get out of it and recoup your money. So yeah, I'm a little bummed, guys, but you know what? If you're a reseller and you've been reselling for any time, you know that mistakes happen. You get home and you find a hole in that shirt, or you know, the item doesn't work or whatever, and you have to move on. As a self-employed person, there's so many things that take your attention, and you really just have to keep the energy moving forward. So I'm gonna list these boots now. I'm gonna list them probably on the $60 to $70 range. Hope that they sell for at least $50 with free shipping, of course. and at least get my money back so that I can at least have the same amount, if not a little more, going into the next round. Once these sell, I will come back with another video and I'll show you exactly how much I got for these. I'll do just like I did with the Ariat boots. I'll break down the fees, whether I made a profit or a loss, and then I'll explain exactly how much I have for the next round. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great week selling. We'll see you later. Bye.